Slimecicle in the future.
Yep.
Slimecicle in the future. I might have pressed it like half a second late. I'm not sure yet though.
I was being quiet to
just
give him some time to respond.
Gotcha. You don't need to fucking yell at me, Slime.
Everyone laugh. Everyone laugh. He said something funny. He said something funny. That's a good one.
That's so funny, dude.
Wow, that was really good.
Future Slimecicle, you're so witty.
I crack me up.
You're wild, Future Slimecicle.
Last time on Just Roll With It. After Taxi ended up in jail, again, the rest of the party regrouped with a man named Ugarth, who saved Mountain after he triumphantly defeated some cultists and then passed out for unknown reasons. Soon after, they executed a plan to break Taxi out of jail, again, and set off to save Silman. What is the party gonna do next? Well, they're just gonna fucking roll with it.
So, where we last left off, our wonderful party, you guys had just finished the jailbreak of the century.
Of the week, probably, realistically.
Of the hour.
Of the
minute,
hour.
maybe.
There'll be another one
They
next
happen
episode.
very
It was
frequently.
alright.
Alright, so what's the plan?
Failures, I cannot believe that worked.
Sorry.
Mountain just opens his mouth and makes a notification noise.
Snapchat noise. He's fucking opens his mouth and gets a fucking Snapchat.
Phone
What
on
sort
silent.
of magics are at work?
So what's the plan?
Hold on, aren't you still in Brad's pocket?
Oh, I am. Alright, yeah, I'm a
Scorpion.
scorpion. I'm a scorpion in his
Screams.
pocket.
Yeah.
Alright, where's Taxi? How'd it
Oh
go?
shit! No, just kidding.
I forgot, bro. I'm in his pocket, bro. Alright, let's start from there.
Oh no, a scorpion! No, okay, I'm stuck in the voice. I take him out of my pocket and set him down gently. I didn't find Taxi, but I found this.
Didn't you go in there to find Taxi?
Ugarth raises his boot.
Scorpion. Oh no.
A wild shape out of scorpion, bro. I'm here. So, what's the plan? I think we should leave, right?
Well, first step, we gotta get my wagon out from the side of the castle there before anybody.
Who's this? Who are you, sir? Sorry, I
Hello, cat. My name is Ugarth.
taxi. I shake
Pleasure.
hand.
Now,
No. All right. I put my hand down awkwardly.
he just completely ignores you. He
I
seems
shake your
very
hand.
focused.
I shake your hand. I intercept.
Okay, I
This
shake his
whole
hand.
time,
I mean
Velrissa
Br'aad's
is
hand.
looking very disappointed at Taxi.
Alright, so we don't get to blow up all the
No.
barrels that we just
We
set up.
save it for later.
Aw.
Could we just blow up like one? No.
I like the way you think, but no.
Yes. Oh.
We have to move the explosives away from the castle before a god sees them.
Why are you laughing?
I looked at your tattoo again.
Isn't this a little serious? We should probably get away from the castle as fast as possible before they notice I'm gone.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
I
you
start
guys
moving
move.
the barrels
I'm gonna-
back into the.
Yeah, well, you're not there right now. You're back at the front. So, Mountain, if you'd like to come with me, we'll go get the barrels, move them away, and then we'll regroup back down where we started, I suppose.
Alright, sure. Let's get a move on.
All right.
Hold on. What about Sealman?
Well, why don't we go grab him, Vel?
Where is he?
Alright. Yeah. He's at the cemetery.
He's in the morgue.
Well,
Yeah.
I can go back into your pocket, Br'aad, and come with you too.
Would you have to do
Why-
that?
why would you-
I don't want
right.
anyone to see me.
Yes, I'll come too.
All right.
I could make you a disguise.
You don't even question this random
Oh.
goblin sitting here.
Hey,
Wait,
sorry,
I thought
who
that
are
was
you?
Hiltree.
No, I'm over here.
Hiltree.
That's me. Hi, hello.
I'm glad you're
How
alright.
similar do they actually look?
Not at all. Hilltree is much younger. Brambleshank, he seems a bit more elderly. Taller, more fit. He's wearing a black cloak. The hood covers the face. The only thing that really sticks out are his ears and his nose. He's probably about 4'2", by the way.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say I could dress you up or something if you'd like.
I'm extremely. It's fine. I'll be all right.
You like clowns?
No. And I wild shape into a scorpion and crawl into his pocket.
No clowns.
At this point, Ugarth puts his hand on your shoulder, Mountain, and you guys start heading over to the wagon.
I push Br'aad to move along to go to the cemetery.
Br'aad is pushed along.
Mountain, you and Ugarth, no problem. You guys start grabbing the barrels, putting them up again. Watching Hilltree's just kind of watching, just kind of hanging around. You guys are reloading the barrels. As you are, you hear a voice call from the distance. You hear hey!
What was that?
And as you look over, a guard is actually rounding the side of the wall and approaching you and Ugarth. He seems to be not one of the higher ranking ones. You can tell at this point by the armor. Anybody who's a higher rank, they have a very nice decal, usually silver or gold, across the actual armor plating. This guy, very simple, looks to be an initiate or at least a private at most. Very low down in the rankings.
Alright, I've got this. Just hold on.
Oh, do you now? Alright.
Alright.
He goes back to loading the barrels back on the wagon. The guard approaches. One of his hands out, the other hand is slowly grasping the actual handle of his sword down in a sheath. He goes, What's your business over here? What are these barrels? What's going on?
More importantly, what are you doing off of your post?
This is my post. I'm rounding the wall. Who are you to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing?
I am a noble.
Oh God. No.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
God damn it. That's like a solid 10.
Right, I'm a whore. Now come with me. You're going down to the brig.
How much?
Listen. I don't want this to escalate any further than it has to. Well, that's not true. I kind of do. But why don't you make this easier on yourself and just walk away? We'll be out of your hair. And everything will be fine.
At this point, a part of the blade starts to show as he's actually slowly unsheathing his blade. And he looks at you in the eyes and says, Make this easy on yourself. Turn around so I can shackle you.
Okay. Alright. And I turn around and I hold my hands back and I hold an action to punch him right across the face as soon as he touches me.
Okay. Alright.
He he forgets to react. He just has this smug face as he's being handcuffed.
It's like, wait. Control C. As he goes to grab a hold of your hands, you quickly turn around and you go to clock him in the jaw. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Alright, that is a 10 to hit.
As you punch, you misjudge your height against his, and you just punch right into the peck of his breastplate. At this point, roll initiative.
Alright. 5, what the fuck?
5. Alright, up first is Hilltree.
Nice!
Hilltree is going to look at the interesting thing unfolding in front of him, and he's going to see that his good buddy Mountain is in trouble. So he runs up with a dagger and goes to stick it into the calf of the guard. He just kind of runs up and goes, ah! Just runs it into him. That is a fucking natural 20.
Oh my
God. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Hilltree coming back with
Dude,
those
Hilltree's an
clutches,
absolute
bro.
monster.
10 damage plus an extra 3.
Holy shit.
13. As you go to punch the guard and you miss, you hit him into the peck. He quickly starts to brandish his blade in anger, and you see from behind Hilltree hops off the wagon and just runs over and dives his dagger into the calf.
Hilltree, nice!
As he does, he kind of loses grip and he pushes a little too far and twists, and you actually see some of the tendons of the calf start to come out of the very deep gash. The guard immediately crumbles over, grabbing onto his leg, screaming in agony. He is now incapacitated. Hilltree stands there, holding the bloody dagger in his hand and goes, Mountain!
Hilltree, nice job. Alright, is he, dead or just,
He's not dead
down?
yet. He's technically unconscious, but
Wait,
he is bleeding out
screaming
profusely.
in pain?
Not anymore. He's fallen unconscious at this point, but he's losing a lot of blood.
Okay, we can't just let him die. Here, let me...
Ugarth walks up and goes, Yes, we can. We need to get out of here.
No. Ugarth, just wait. He's bleeding out. Let me try something. I don't know how to
There are
do
gods
shit.
coming.
Fine. Okay. We'll just fucking leave him.
All right, he goes, get on the wagon now. Call the horses.
I'm just like walking towards the wagon. I look over to the guard. I look back at Ugarth. And I go over. I pick up the guard, put him on the wagon. And then I jump in. Yes.
You run back to grab the guard, and you start running him towards the wagon.
Yes.
Ugarth goes, What are you doing?
He's going to die. We can't stay here, but we can't leave him.
So you're bringing a dead man with us?
He's not dead yet. I don't.
He's going to be. You bring him with us, I'm definitely gonna fucking kill him.
Just let me try something.
You don't have much time. Hurry.
All right. Can I make like a medicine check?
Go for it.
10.
Yeah, he's bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding. Can I try to like bandage the wound?
With what?
I have some wait. I pour some of like the meat on his leg because I think that's gonna disinfect it.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
I take some of the clothes, like I have traveler's clothes, and I try and like rip off a piece and wrap it around his wound.
Make another medicine check.
God damn it. 11.
You try your best, but you realize you didn't rip off enough. You don't rip off enough to actually fully pull it around and tie it. So you kind of just lay it across and hope it works. And soon enough, it just soaked in blood, so it just slowly slide down the leg along with the trail of blood.
And I'm just like, all right, fuck it, I can't do this. And I pick him up and I throw him off. Let's go.
As you go to pick him up, Ugarth just walks up and rolls his eyes. He goes, "Urgh," and he karate chops into the side of the neck on the guard. Let's see here. Yep. The guard, as soon as he's still heavily breathing, you can see in his chest. The chop hits the neck, and you hear a snap, and the body lies still, and he just tosses it off the wagon.
Where'd you learn to do that? That was pretty fucking cool.
Being a criminal, get on the fucking wagon.
All right, let's go.
He quickly hops on the front. He gets the horses ready, and you guys speed off down towards the downwards on the hill, away from the city, far into the woods. In fact, out of city limits. You, Hilltree, and Ugarth on a wagon full of explosives.
What a beautiful sight.
Velrissa, Br'aad, and who else?
I'm in Br'aad's
I'm
pocket
We
right
brought
Yeah,
Brambleshank and
Brambleshank
Taxi.
is there, and then
Yeah.
Taxi's in the pocket.
All right, you go over. You go around the back of the cathedral, down the very same similar small steps that lead to where Mountain Ridge tried to kill you, where Mountain had the bear trap and tried to murder the party, very early on. Good times were had. You go down the stairs to the door where you left Stonen's body.
By the way, I came here for a reason. Anyway, continue.
You want to fuck dead body?
No, is it hereditary? Oh god.
No, not that.
Oh, sweet
Not that.
fucking Christ.
I signal to Br'aad to like knock on the door.
I don't understand it. I signal back.
What are you guys signaling to? What are you guys
I don't know what
doing
your
to
signal was. I'm just doing fucking random ass hand motions.
I look at Br'aad very confused, kind of roll my eyes, and then just knock on the door of the gravekeeper.
I give her a thumbs up.
A few seconds pass. The door opens. It just cracks at first, and you see him peering out. You'll back soon.
Yeah, we didn't expect to come back so soon, but we kind of need his body right now.
I mean, that's less stress on me. All right, give me a second. And then the door goes back to being shut fully. You hear a couple flicks and undoes of locks, like unbolting, untwisting, and then the door flies open. A few moments pass as he walks away from the door. Kind of, you hear some rummaging around off in the distance. And it just, fuck. Oh, which one was he?
Oh no.
Shit. No, that one's got tits.
He's the
This one.
half elf. He's got a sick
Found him. I found
goatee.
him.
Okay.
He comes up and he plops down a half-elven man that is not Sylvan.
Well, this is not. Wait, hang on. Okay, and I roll him over. No, this isn't. Nope, this isn't.
Looking
gonna
at the
do it.
features, he has brown hair, very nice amber eyes, Looks to be he was probably killed by a couple stab wounds he has in the chest. He has a lot of gouges going through the chest.
It's barely been a day and you don't remember the person we gave you?
I don't think this was it. Do you have any more in there?
You don't.
Are you sure? I thought that was the one.
No, I don't.
mean, He
Oh,
looks
no.
like you.
I double check. No.
Oh, hold on. He turns out and goes back and starts rummaging. You hear more rummaging.
Well, hang, can you take this one with you, or are you just gonna leave him here?
Ah, he's fine. He's dead.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And then a few moments pass, he comes back, and this time he has Sylnan cradled in his arms. He goes, "This the one."
That's the one, yes.
No, it's not. Oh.
Oh, God damn it! He throws him backwards, and he hits the ground really hard.
No!
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. I run over and make sure he's all intact.
He's dead, but he's fine. I mean,
Oh.
the body's
Oh my
okay.
God, you killed
He's
him!
dead. No.
What have you done? Hey, despite all the goofs, thank you for taking care of him.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay, whatever. See ya.
I start walking away already.
I pick up the wrong one.
Someone's looking down from above, fucking face.
Shit,
palm.
fuck, okay, hang on, wrong one. Drop that one down. Pick up the right one.
Okay.
And then walk on out.
You exit. He shuts the door behind you. You hear several bolts relocking, and now you're standing in the cemetery, holding your brother's body once again in your arms. A bit more bruised and scathed this time, but he's still intact.
Bro, let's move fast before people start asking questions about why we're holding a dead
Can I?
man.
Can I crawl up into Sylvan's pocket?
What the yikes.
Sure. Br'aad, you feel something skittering on the bottom of your forearm as you're holding Sylvan.
Wait, who's got the hat on?
Br'aad.
I know, I want to be on the hat. Can I crawl up on the hat?
Okay, then you feel something going underneath your shirt and up your back. Then.
Okay,
Br'aad.
I wiggle around and hit at it.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Taxi, as a scorpion.
I look at Br'aad and wondering if he's okay mentally and physically.
It's a spooky place. I just got shivers down my spine.
11.
I looked a little bit more than shivers.
Indeed.
Like 11?
Yeah, 11.
You get knocked off of Br'aad's back and hit the ground really hard. It hurt, but you're on your back like squirming.
Alright. I'm gonna try and get back into his pocket.
You kind of just crawl. You feel something going up your pant leg then, Br'aad.
Is it okay? Important question. I look down. What do I see?
I would say he go above the pant leg. So you see
It's
him
so
crawling
important
up.
because if he was under the pant leg, I'd go for it. Okay, cool. I let it happen.
All right.
How'd you get down there, little buddy?
Plot twist. It's not actually
Christ.
Taxi.
It's just another scorpion.
Alright, I'm gonna chill in the pocket, bro.
Okay. I want to throw like that cloak of appearance I have over Sylnan's body, and just make it into like a long black cloak that covers his whole body.
Okay. Looks probably just about as fishy. You just can't
Okay.
tell who the body is.
Great. All problem solved. Since it can change appearance, it now says in text on it, large, bright red letters, not a corpse.
Okay, so
Oh,
sewn
my fucking
into it in very, very shittily made handwriting, just kind of sewn like it's like cursive, but more like if somebody just like started learning cursive, they just said fuck it, it's just squiggly lines, and it kind of says not a corpse. I mean, looks more like not more force, but
Great. Vel, what do you say we go meet back up with them in the underbelly now? I think everything's taken care of.
What I've been trying to tell you for the last 5 minutes.
That's
but
what I've
you're
been trying to tell you for the last 5 minutes.
squirming around, and now you have a cloak over Sylnan? What does that say?
It's to make sure. It's to draw less attention to us. It says it says.
This is awful.
What does that say?
That's drawing so much more attention.
What do you mean? I add a definitely to before the not a corpse.
Let's just
it
move
looks
along.
more like defilmum.
See, Vel, this is the flumum, not a bloom.
I start walking.
Okay, I follow.
All right, Brambleshank, what are you doing?
Shit, what does Brambleshake have to do here? Nothing. He's following behind him. He's going.
As you guys are walking out of the cemetery,
Yep.
Velrissa, you start to hear a very faint whisper coming from your left. It's sort of inaudible, as you just barely passively hear it. For a split second, you sort of, like, as you're walking, you just hear a light.
Is there any way I can make out what it's saying?
From this is more like because you weren't paying attention at this point. It was a very passive. You just like barely made out that you heard it.
Okay.
So you can't really tell what it said. No, but it would sound like a humanoid whisper.
Can I check around me?
Make a perception check.
That is a 15.
15. You look to your left and you look around, and at first you don't see anything, but as you kind of just start to peer a little further, you start to notice that some of the wind around one of the nearby gravestones is moving. And as you focus on that, sort of inheriting your abilities, you think about Joss, and you think about your life and your training, and you start to notice a shape sitting on the gravestone. Looks to be a young boy. He's sort of kind of like kicking his feet off the gravestone, looking at it with his head cocked.
I kind of like stop Br'aad, like put a hand out and stop him.
What's the
and then
holdup?
I turn and walk to the gravestone.
You walk over and you kneel down and you're trying to look the boy in the eyes, and the president sort of notices, and you hear the voice once again. This time the whispers seem more audible, almost like there's a person sitting right in front of you. You can see me.
Yeah, I can see you. And
wow.
Who might you be?
Oh. My name's Michael.
What are you doing here, Michael?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I was out playing with my brothers.
Okay, can I tell, like, if he's like, do I know what he is? Is he a real person?
It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
You've been through this many times before. This is a spirit of somebody who's lost their life, and they have not moved on. And for some reason or another, their materialistic body has been completely left from this realm, but something is keeping their soul bound. You've been through this many times. You've been trained, in fact, on what to do in these situations.
Okay.
I was out playing in the woods with my brothers, and I woke up and I can't leave here.
Listen, everything's gonna go alright. And can I, like, say a prayer or something to send him off?
Make a religion check.
That's an 11.
You don't quite remember how to pass this off by prayer. Most of your training was just how to basically give the news to the spirit, and then help them move on after that by comforting them and like having them accept the fact they're gone.
Okay.
It wasn't really done by prayer as far as you remember.
Alright, Michael.
Why?
You said you were in the forest with your brother?
Yeah, we were out playing.
And what was your brother's name?
Oh, Arthur.
Was Arthur the same age as you?
Oh, no, he's older. He's my older brother.
Was he nice to you?
Sometimes. When Mum and Dad were around, he was very nice, but if they got angry at him or upset, sometimes he'd be kind of nasty.
I'm sure your brother didn't mean any harm by anything he's done.
Yeah. You're very pretty.
Well, thank you. You're a very, very handsome-looking young man.
My mum always told me that. Where am I?
Well, I'm afraid you've lost your life.
But how? I'm still here. I don't. What?
You're still here, but your physical body is not.
I don't understand.
When you were in that forest, at some point, whatever you did, you died.
No. That's not Betty. We were just playing. What do I do? How do I come back?
There is no coming back.
That's not fair.
Can I like reach my hand out and put it on his shoulder?
You can, and you do. While the presence is very cold, and you can almost pass through it, you know how to sort of just movement to almost make it feel comforting, and so the spirit can feel comforted as well. You move it towards the actual, like the sort of the airy, very unsturdy mass of the boy's shape, and you kind of just move it to where the shoulder would be.
Michael. Listen to me. Is he just sitting there?
He's just sitting. He seems very in thought. His eyes widened. He's seems to be on the verge of panic.
Okay. Michael, what were you and your brother doing while you were in the forest? You said you were playing. What game were you playing?
Knights and Criminals. It was the night, and I just stopped. So we were playing in the woods, like he was trying to catch me.
Is this a game you play often?
Yeah. Usually we just use sticks, though. He had a real sword this time.
Oh.
Your brother had a real sword.
I don't know where he got it. It looked like Pa's.
What did your pa? Was he a knight?
Yeah, he was one of the best before he passed.
Was your brother aspiring to also be a knight?
No, not that I know of.
And what about you?
Oh, I wanted to be a baker.
You wanted to be a baker?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy cooking at home?
Mum taught me a lot. It was real fun. Arthur always called me a pansy for it.
I'm sure you would have made an excellent baker.
I still can't I? How do I come back? It's cold. I'm scared. I just want to see Mum again.
I'm sure your mother wants to see you right now too. I'm sure she loves you.
She comes through sometimes. I can see her. She comes over, but can't talk to her.
Does she say anything to you?
No, she just sits there. She seems real sad.
It's because she's thinking about you. She's worrying about you. She wants to see you as much as you want to see her.
So what do I do? I want to see her again. I want her to see me.
Okay, what is the when I was bringing people that have died into the like helping them pass, was there a procedure I went through that I had
most of the time
known?
that you've been taught, it's talking. You diffuse the situation, you talk to them, try to just calm them down and ease them into the acceptance that they're gone, and then you try to help them. You basically guide them to the light. You tell them, it's over, you're gone now, but there's still a chance for you to move on. There is a world after this one, and it's beautiful. You tell them about the beauty of death. Death is just the beginning of a whole different realm of existence, and you have to sort of ease him into accepting that and moving forward into the other realm.
Michael, like, as I said earlier, you have passed away. So you won't be able to see your mother right now. There's always a step ahead you could take, and you just need to find it.
Oh, well, where is it? I don't see anything.
You need to start by accepting the fact that you've died.
But it's not fair. I want to see Mom again.
That might be the only way you can find your mother again.
Really?
What are you thinking right now?
I don't know. I'm scared and cold.
And I like try to put my arm around him or something and make him feel safer, more warm.
Mm-hmm. As you get closer and kind of try to comfort this this cold, misty being, it seems you can feel a bit more of the heat, a heat somewhere deep below resonating out. It's very hard to detect, but you start to slowly feel it as you get closer and sort of try to comfort.
Michael, there's no other way you can go. Just know that now that you've died, death doesn't always mark the end. There's an afterlife out there.
There's more?
There's more, yes.
Like in past stories?
Just like in your past stories.
Oh. How do I get there?
You have to take yourself there. Imagine, like, as when Paul read your stories, I'm sure you imagine pictures in your head of what that would look like.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Can you imagine that right now? What it would look like? You, with your family again? Isn't that where you want to be?
I can say it. Over there.
And he points past you, somewhere off into the distance.
Try walking towards it. See if it comes closer.
I see Paul.
Your pa sees you too. He looks very happy.
He gets up from the drapes and begins to walk away. And at this point, you can see in the distance this small sort of like this light shining. As he gets closer to it and approaches it, right before he steps inside, he turns back to you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Michael. And I wave him away.
Before I go, there's something you should have.
And once again, he points to your back left, and as you look in his direction, there's one of the crypt's entrances over there. He goes,
Over there's where they buried Paul. Arthur took his sword, but his shield might still be down there. It's very shiny. I think you'd like it. Pa wants you to have it too.
Thank you very much, Michael, and thank you to your pa. I'm sure he was a great man and a great noble knight.
And as his hand waves, the light and the figure both fade and disappear from this reality.
Sorry, I spaced out for a second. What?
Why is that lady talking to a tombstone?
I walk over to that crypt.
Mm-hmm.
And is there an entrance that I noticed?
Yeah, it's just a building, a small building, very cathedral looking. It has a nice like pillars on the sides with these vines that wrap up it, with a set of double iron doors. Okay. As you move over, they seem to have been force unlocked at one point, and the lock has been broken off of them.
Where do you think she's going now?
Grave Robin.
Grave Robin? That doesn't seem very like her, but I guess to each their own. Should we go make sure she's good? I don't know really what's going on right now.
Nah.
For sure. So I sit down too. So what's your story?
I kill people.
As this conversation goes on in the distance, you step down. As the iron doors slowly they swing shut behind you just from their sheer weight. They start to close, and the sound from behind you just closes off. It's quiet. You can almost hear like a sort of a faint wind that blows through, almost humming. As you step down the stairs, your footsteps echoing. The metal of your armor as well. The sound of the chinking echoes straight down the hallway. You step down, and as you look to your left, watching this hallway as it bends off into the distance, you see grave after grave, coffin after coffin aligning to your left and right. On each of them, there is a painted picture of somebody dressed in armor. You see, there's a picture painted above every coffin of somebody dressed in very regal armor, posing for the painting. They all seem very powerful. You assume everybody who's buried down here had some sort of reason. They were some sort of power or known presence in the city. Your heart almost reaches out towards one of them. You feel a connection to one of the nearby coffins. 4 ways down to the right, one of the coffins has a shield just leaning in front of it. As you approach to look at it, it's actually locked in position next to an empty rack, what you assume where the sword used to be. The shield is made of a very finely polished steel. You assume somebody comes down here occasionally and they clean and take care of the items that are left for these spirits. The very fine steel shield has a large symbol of an eye on the front of it. The eye itself with a blue iris, and the surroundings is more just a emboss of the steel, sort of just bulging out to create the shape of the eye around the blue iris. It's very shiny and very, very pretty.
Can I walk up to the shield and can I make a check to like kind of feel it to know if it's truly like right for me to take it?
As you put your hand on it to focus, you feel a very warm presence. You feel a comfort. You feel that there is somebody around you right now. The aura feels strong and of almost a slight intimidation factor about it. Like it's a very, very certain, very stoic person, but you still feel comforted by their presence at the same time, almost like a fatherly figure.
I slowly lift the shield up and examine it.
It comes off of the rack very easily. As you feel it is magical. You feel sort of magical power behind it. And as you hold it in your hand and you focus, you now have the Sentinel Shield. Go ahead and add that to your equipment. While holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks.
Nice.
And just like every other shield, when you have it equipped, you get your armor class is increased by 2.
Okay. I kind of look at the grave or the coffin that it's near and kind of give it a moment and pay my respects almost to it as I slowly exit the crypt.
As you stand there and you pay your respects to the coffin, you feel that presence, that fatherly, that powerful but warm, comforting presence behind you starts to slowly fade until you're left with just the empty echo of the wind around the crypt. And then you step away, back up the stairs, through the doors, and back to the rest of the party.
And then the wench said to me, "Oh."
Holy shit! And then the wench said what? And then the wench
And
said
then
what?
the winch said what?
I don't feel too comfortable saying it now.
No! Oh, we'll never know. The true
What did
mystery
the
of
wench
just roll
say?
with it.
I give you guys a more confused look than you would be
That was
giving
legendary.
me.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Is everything okay? What did you, why? Why were you walking around and stuff? It's pretty spooky out right now.
Well, there was a little boy, and I had to help him out.
I didn't see a little boy, but I'll take your word for it.
Me neither.
I hope he's doing better.
And he also led me to this, and I showed him the shield.
Cool.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Did you?
Shall we,
Did you just rob a grave and you're bullshitting me?
I absolutely did not.
Insight check. I got a natural 1. Grave robbing is very bad.
By the way, what'd you do with your other shield, Velrissa?
I give it to Brambleshank. Will you take this? It's another bit of payment. Maybe you can sell it.
He just stares at it, unsure of what to do.
It's a 6-pound metal shield.
I mean, alright.
Radical.
Cool.
Let's move. Gnarly, says Velrissa.
Totally tubular.
Let's move along now. We need to make it back to the underbelly.
Hang 10.
You guys move your way back out of the cemetery. Br'aad still carrying the corpse of his brother in his arms. Very, very conspicuous.
Very conspicuously covered by a cloak.
The cloak that says obviously not a corpse.
Definitely not a corpse.
Oh, definitely not a corpse, sorry.
Definitely.
Now it says obviously before the definitely too.
Obviously, definitely not a corpse. Mountain. As this wagon is moving down the hill, the horses themselves going absolutely insane. The wagon's bouncing back and forth. You're trying to keep a grip on it, as it's just it's not made for off-road.
Are you sure this thing is meant to be going off-road?
No! And he just yeah! The horses one more time and they go faster.
Okay, just wondering. Oh.
You very ruggedly move your way down and actually hit a dirt path at the bottom of the hill, and you start heading towards this forest on the edge of the city. You look in the distance mountain and you see very, very far away in the distance this large, large kingdom. Compared to the wharf, it looks very shiny. It looks very regal and out of place in the rest of the landscape you see, most of it just being mountains and forests. It kind of it juts out high above everything else on top of this sort of spire.
Ugar, what is that place up there?
Over there. Aye. It's Viecta's main castle.
It's shiny.
Right, that most castles are. They're compensating for something.
Hilltree, look, shiny.
Ah! Ah!
That's right, Hilltree. Ah!
And as the horses come to a stop, as he kind of pulls on the reins, you stop right on the edge of the woods. And next to a nearby signpost, he gets off and he just ties the reins to that signpost. This'll be a good spot to keep it.
Alright, I'll just hop off the cart.
Coacher comes off as well, his legs shaking, he just stumbles onto the ground, wiggle, like trying to keep balance, holding onto one of the wheels. I was fast.
Oh yeah. You gonna be good?
I don't feel. He starts puking all over the wheel of the wagon.
Let's step back just a little bit. Alright, let it out. Let it look away. There you go. Yep. I start to gag a little bit from watching.
I'm alright. That was fun.
That's one way to put it. Alright. Which way to the underbelly?
And then Ulgar goes, there's a way in the woods. Follow me.
Alright.
And he starts walking into the woods.
Say, Ugar.
Hmm?
There's no clowns in these woods, right?
You mean like a Connie or a Jester?
Just, like makeup on the face and bells on the hat,
So a Jester? No. No, around here.
Good. Yeah, just...
Wait, Laughingstock, here's that fat king. He's a Jester enough, he doesn't need to hire one.
Yeah.
He slaps you on the back and goes, come on, lad, let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
You walk into the woods, you go off the beaten path a little bit, and you actually find a very old, abandoned well. The actual stone bricks that align the bottom covered in moss and vegetation. The wood itself, it seems to be rotted as the roof of it is like slowly slanting, about to fall at any minute. Oh, there we are.
Where? What do you mean?
Oh, here we are. And he gets over and he puts one leg over the stone. And he starts to try to scale down.
We're
The
going
side of the
down
well.
that?
And he's here.
All right. Hilltree, let's go.
Oh no, Mountain, kind of scared. I don't like heights.
Okay.
It's a very big hole.
All right, you big pussy. I grab him and I put him on my back.
All right, he his little arms go around your neck and I just grapple on, like a piggyback.
Hilltree, a little too tight on neck.
Sorry.
All right, and I go to climb down.
All right, make an athletics or dexterity check. Your choice.
Let's go athletics. 19.
19. Yeah, you make it down, no problem. Scaling down, you're finding footholds down the actual broken stone and dirt side. It's very firm though, it's still very firm in place. The actual structure of it is falling apart, but the tunnel part of it's still very firm and easy to sort of keep your balance and keep your weight on. As you probably takes you probably about 7 minutes or so to head down. You hit the bottom, Uga kind of like dusting some of the dirt off of his chest. So you made it down all right. Not that scary. You get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I don't really plan on getting used to this. All right, and I grab Hilltree and I set him on the ground next to me.
It was all right this way. And you guys start heading down one of the musty, dark passageways that has been, it almost seems to be man-made, carved into the side of another tunnel. Whoever created these, they've taken what seems to be old structures and just tunneled them together to make almost like this maze-like area.
This place smells like shit.
Oh yeah, it's mostly a sewer.
That's nice.
You know, where shite goes.
Yeah. That is what a sewer is.
And you guys head down the way. Rest of the party, you head down the same way and you wait there for a bit. And then from one of the nearby passages, after you probably stood there for probably about half an hour or so waiting, Ugarth, Mountain, and Hilltree show up as well.
Mountain, you just missed the clown parade.
The what?
The clown parade. There were clowns everywhere. It was awesome. You just missed it.
I missed that too?
You didn't see it. You were in my pocket.
Darn. Can't believe I missed that. That would have been a good time.
Right?
Yep. Sucks.
Insight check.
Way to insight.
I rolled a natural 20 on my insight
You were
check.
fucking there. There was no clown parade.
No, I'm insight checking Mountain. I want to know if he's really excited or not.
No, he's definitely afraid.
Brambleshake looks at Mountain with piercing eyes. He knows the truth.
I look at Bramble.
All right, settle down, children.
Settle, clown.
At this time, no. At this time, before we head out, is everybody ready? Have you gotten what you need?
I've got the flask. I'm pretty good over here.
Right, okay, I like him.
What is the plan? I'm unsure what we're doing.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
okay, let's catch him up. Your friend here, and he motions over to dead Silnan. Our friend here is dead. You guys need to bring him back in a set amount of time. I know where to go. It's about a 3 days travel through the mazes. We're heading out of the wharf, underground in the Viecta, to an abandoned ruins where they do their dirty magical thing. He kind of like waves his fingers around, like sort of like mystically.
Dirty magic.
And your name was Ugarth?
Ugarth Swaying Fist.
Your name?
Br'aad.
Did you tell me your name? Goblin?
I'm Brambleshake.
Yeah, it's my brother.
Oh, Hilltree, you have a brother?
Oh, I have many. You know, goblins like to fuck.
God, why did you say it like that?
I give Hilltree a stern look.
Not you.
Hilltree a look of approval.
Not you. You're too scary.
I give Hilltree a look in between.
I'll reach my hand out to Brambleshake for a handshake. The name's Taxi.
A handshake.
It's a pleasure, I'm sure. And he kind of turns around. Doesn't shake
That's
the
a
hand.
second handshake that I've been denied today.
I go for it. I get it. I snatch it.
Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Anyway, as I was saying, is everyone prepared? This is going to be a long travel, and we're going to be away from any sort of market for quite some time.
I mean, I could eat.
Oh. Wait, no, never mind.
Oh!
Ugath,
Yes,
when are we traveling through the sewers?
we're going to be traveling. This isn't just sewers. This is a maze. Sorts, tunnels, lots of them. They go all over Ingress.
When we rest, will it be dangerous? Will we need to keep watch or anything?
Most likely. We're not the only ones who traverse through here. Anybody who knows the tunnels prefer them. Especially the ones of the, and he leans in, he goes, and everybody else around here is kinda, and he looks over at Brambleshank, like him.
Brambleshake scratches his ass.
If he's Hiltree's brother, he can't be that bad.
Well,
I'm not sure about that.
Wow.
I've worked with the man for quite some time. Bramble, why don't you tell these lads what you do for a living?
I kill people.
I mean, at least he puts it bluntly.
I stab him a lot.
If we're traveling, we have a long way to go. We could start now and then.
Oh,
in
I
a
was
few
gonna
hours.
say we rest now. Your lot look hungry. We can whip up a meal. There's a small camp we can chill in nearby. Make a small fire.
You
relax.
mentioned a market. Should we stock up before a big trek like
If
this?
you'd like to, I'm prepared. I got what I need. But if you need something, now's the time to get it before we leave.
I mean, I'm good.
I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up a small camp for us to rest at. We'll sleep, eat, and we'll leave rested.
I can feed everyone.
Great.
I don't eat rats.
I don't.
No,
Did
I have magic grapes.
I only eat large bugs. You have what?
Yeah. Run. I have magic grapes.
Magic
I can-
grapes.
What the fuck is that slang for? What does that mean?
It just means I can make grapes from thin air and
Do it.
ta-da.
Do it right now. Do it right now. I dare you.
Well, I can right now, but I can in the morning.
Oh.
Can I insight check his magic grapes?
Go for it. I really can do it.
That's a 17.
He seems to have been practicing a lot recently. He seems to be very eager to try it out at some point.
I prestigitate a grape.
No.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No.
Anyways, I promise I can do it, and then I'll go help them set up camp.
Hey, Brambleshank, do you have any experience with I know killing people is big on the list. That's high up. Stealing?
Yeah.
Stealing things?
I mean, I loot dead people. Is that?
Well,
Is
I mean,
that
hopefully they
stealing?
wouldn't be dead in this situation. I'm just thinking if we're all wanted anyway, why not just go around and grab a few things on our way out?
I mean, I'm not very wanted. I'm good at my job.
Okay, but I'm saying what if we just stole lots of things? Cuz we're not going to be around here. We're going on a long trek. They won't even remember who we are by the time we're back. So let's just do some damage.
No.
Okay. That's fair. It's not in the
alright.
job description. I just wanted to know for pleasure.
Unless you're paying me.
I guess the stolen things would be the payment.
Nah. No.
So who's doing what? Ugarth is gonna go start setting up a camp. Velrissa came with. Who was doing
I'm
what?
helping them.
You're helping
Those
him as
two.
well. Mountain.
I guess I'll go with them.
Brambleshank doesn't do shit. He just. Is there a high place where you can sit and just kind of hang out?
Not right in here, but maybe close. I mean, you don't know. You're literally right now. You're just in a hallway next to it, like you're nearby from the pit. You're just in one of the tunnels.
Gotcha. He just.
You know,
sits down
I mean, you know where to go for a good part of around here.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
so you have a good idea of where to go.
No, he's gonna stay in the area, but he's just gonna sit down and not help.
Okay.
I'll ask Ugarth. Ugarth, do you have, ingredients or anything? I could start cooking for us.
Well, first of all, what's Br'aad doing? I need that first.
I'm
What's
going
Br'aad
to the
doing?
camp since he rejected my offer.
Okay, so you guys all follow Ugarth then. This tunnel, he kind of dips off into one of the like a side door. It's a small iron gate. And there is this very large circular open room. The part you go onto, there's a small ledge sort of that you walk onto at first. That's just circles around, and then there's a stairwell that goes like maybe a few feet down more into a flat surface in the center. Very simple circular room. There's some chains hanging from the walls of the like where it domes at the top. You assume at some point this is maybe a dungeon or at least a keep place for some people, judging from the chained up parts of the wall. But now it's just a barren, open, circular room.
Yeah, I follow behind and I kind of just like sit down on the ledge you were talking about. That's Brambleshank's plan.
Ugarth he looks around. He pulls out a small bedroll and starts laying that out. In the center there already is a small like what used to be a bonfire where there's some stones still laying around and some ashen of the wood left, and there's a small cooking pot that hangs over it.
Ugarth.
Alright.
I could start cooking for us while everyone else sets up the rest.
I could
Do you have
help
any
out.
ingredients? Sure, Br'aad. Sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna do most of it.
Oh
if that's
shit.
okay.
Okay.
You could be my sous chef.
I'll have a panini.
He goes, yeah, sure, there's a water jug next to the pot. If you find there's some wood around here somewhere, I'm sure something you can break off to use for wood or
I look around for doors.
whatever you magic law do, I don't care. And he goes back to flattening out his bedroll.
If you can just make magic grapes, why do you gotta do this?
I said in the morning, Br'aad.
Okay, gotcha.
In the morning. I promise. In the morning, remind me first thing.
I'll
and
remind
I'll give you a magic
about your
grape.
magic grapes. Will do. Absolutely, making the mental note to remind
But
you
no-
of. Are there
You don't
any
have to
doors
try so
around?
hard, Br'aad. I'll remember.
Remember what?
Never mind. Ugarth, do you
Yeah.
do you have ingredients or anything?
Not on me, no.
Is there any in the underbelly or?
You could look around. That pit's not too far away. Still, remember the way back. You could probably find something there.
Yeah, I'll go do that. I'll go look for ingredients to cook with.
How about I go with you? I don't know that I trust you alone.
Sure.
Okay. I'll follow behind him.
I need a drink.
Hey, if you want a drink, actually, he kind of just takes the keg, the makeshift backpack of a keg off his back and slams it on a nearby wooden table. There you go.
Yeah. Guess I'm staying around. He doesn't go with him.
He reaches behind onto the back of his belt and takes off 3 metal tankards and lays those next to the keg as well. How about it? And goes back to finishing up setting up camp. Velrissa, what are you doing?
I guess I'm still just setting up camp and kind of just hanging out.
Alright, getting your bedroll ready and stuff like that, probably. And then Mountain and Taxi are going to the pit. Brambleshank's hanging around and have a drink. What is Br'aad doing?
Has Br'aad ever actually had a drink so far in any of these episodes?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Has Br'aad ever had a drink?
I'm gonna roll to decide. We rolled for virginity, and now we'll do this. 4. I've never had a drink. Well, I don't recognize what it is, and I immediately go to swig it like water.
That is potent. It is a very stout, very dark ale. As soon as it hits your mouth, your entire mouth feels bitter, and your throat burns. You hear a distant as he's still finishing up setting up his part of the camp.
This is strong stuff. I think.
Put hair on your chest or two.
I try to finish. I work on my little keg.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh my
I'm so
god.
ready.
2 + 3.
You get a little bit down, not very much before you start, spitting it back out. And you already feel extremely intoxicated.
Oh my god. This is wacky water.
Fuck, why am I not here for this?
With a low roll like that, I'm gonna say you have 2 points of exhaustion. Your speed is half. You have disadvantage on all your ability checks. So Br'aad is extremely slow. like stuttering, slurring his words, and is fully out of it, intoxicated.
Great.
Do we find any ingredients?
Moving around the pit, you can purchase some ingredients from nearby people, but it's things you can just kind of like grab around. There is some spices, but as for something to actually cook fully, you'd have to purchase something or steal it.
Sure. I'll go ask somebody who looks like they're selling some food.
All right, you find one of the guys. There's a butcher and an herbalist nearby. The butcher selling meat, the herbalist selling basic vegetables on the side as well.
Well, I'm gonna make a. Since there's just a pot in there with hot water, I'll make a stew. So I'll go to the vegetable dude first.
Okay.
Excuse me. Looking to purchase. What are you selling?
Oh. Things that are grain. What are you looking for exactly? You want something to eat? Something to smoke?
Oh, actually, what's the price for both of those?
Well, if you're looking for food, it depends on what you want.
Just, basic greens, one of each maybe.
You want a fresh cut or do you give a shot?
Probably fresh cut.
All right, I'll give you a good lot for 7 silver.
Done. I'll put 7 silver.
All right, there you go. He gives you just he gives you a couple buckets of very finely chopped fresh greens. A couple maybe some spring onions. Simple things you'd find out in the forest that are fully edible and don't taste that bad.
And you said you had green to smoke?
Well, if that's something you're looking for there, cat.
How much is it? How much are you selling it for?
Let's see here. Are you wanting the good stuff, or are you just looking for an alright time?
It really depends on the prices. I'm not much for money.
Well, if you want the good stuff, I'll say for you, new customer, you seem nice. About 4 gold.
Done.
What the
Fucking taxi is a pothead, bro.
What even?
He gives you a small leather pouch, and on the inside of it, you now have elven pipeweed.
Fucking nice, dude. I'm gonna put that in the pouch around my neck, and hopefully so.
That's what it's for. It's for his fucking weed.
It's for his weed.
Oh my god.
What a fucking revelation.
Jeez, I always wanted to know when I find out and it's weed.
I love it.
He gives you enough for probably about a single 2 hours high.
All right.
It's only enough for one person for 1 pipe pack.
Okay, so you said elven.
Elven pipeweed.
Okay, and I'll pick the buckets or whatever vegetables up and start carrying them back to the camp.
So, what'd you get?
Some vegetables. I'm going to make a stew. It should be really good. We'll find out.
Alright.
Also, Mountain, are you alright?
I'm good. Yeah, what?
You have bandages on.
Yeah, got a little, fucked up, just defeating some cultists heroically, but it's nothing major.
Well, I believe that.
Good. Great. Are you alright, Taxi? Prison doesn't seem to be
No.
your strong suit.
No, I'm not okay. But I'll be alright. Anyways, I should start cooking.
Yeah,
See if it turns out good.
for sure.
I haven't done this in a while. And that's what I'll do. I'll start cooking a stew in that pot.
You begin preparing the stew. Everybody else is now sitting down, rested. You guys' parts of the camps are set up, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a long rest.
Yeah, baby.
So that means the party levels up to level 5.
Hell yeah.
mid-roll. All right, so you know what time it is. It's the time where we take a break from the show just to talk about some stuff and some things. First, we wanted to say, make sure to use the hashtag JRWI on Twitter and anywhere else where that's relevant, because that's what we're going to be using now. And don't forget to check out the subreddit, the Discord server, and all that good stuff. We're going to be trying out some different sound effects and ambience, just things like that in the podcast. Let us know what you think. You know, go in the Discord server, tweet at us, fucking, I don't know, YouTube comments. You know how to get in touch with us. We're not really that hard to reach. Also, just want to say thank you to all the patrons. You know, it really means a lot. And if you want to support us, you don't know what Patreon is, it's a thing where you give us money. All right. Well, have fun listening to the show. Goodbye.
All right, so you guys all enjoy a pleasant stew made by the one and only Taxi. Just a nice herbal, vegetable-based stew.
Whoa, this stew's
doesn't-
weird.
Doesn't it doesn't taste amazing, but it tastes good enough. It's edible.
It's an edible.
It warms you up. And then you all take your rests and awaken, feeling well rested, feeling full of food. Br'aad feels like shit. Extremely hungover. You don't really remember exactly what the fuck happened, but you're kind of just in a dark circular room surrounded by other dudes, and you're not quite sure what's going on.
Oh my god.
But your head is pounding. Everybody gets up and starts, like redonning your armor. Getting your equipment ready, whatever you gotta do.
I roll back over.
I'd like to ask Vel and Hiltree if they'll talk to me.
Hiltree's still asleep. He's he's laying like next to Br'aad, who's also still in bed, just kind of like.
I'm pretending to be asleep.
Vel, would you mind having a conversation with me out here?
Yeah, sure thing, Taxi.
I'll is there a private area where I can talk to Vel in private?
You guys can leave the room and go into the tunnel.
Sure.
You step out. It seems empty. There's nobody around.
Vel, I spoke to Br'aad when he broke me out of prison, but I was waiting for a good chance to talk to you, and maybe Hiltree. But
what did you talk to Br'aad about?
I just wanted to say that I'm my deepest apologies to you and to Br'aad, to Silnan, to Hiltree. Mountain wasn't around, so he didn't have to see, but what I did back there yesterday, presumably, it's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. It's an old me. A younger me. I'm not a murderer, and I don't ever want to be. And I don't expect you to forgive me. Now.
I mean, I know what my eyes saw. You do know those people. They posed no threat whatsoever.
I know.
What was running through your head when we were in that situation?
A lot of anger. That, in that moment, I couldn't control.
No amount of anger can make it right for you to take someone's life.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Especially those of the innocent. They're just bystanders, they're just normal people.
No, you're right. That's why I wanted to talk to you, and you're very right. I don't expect you to look at me the same or forgive me ever. But from today, from yesterday, just from now on, I'll do everything in my power to protect you and Br'aad, Silnan, Hiltree, and Mountain. And I won't take an innocent life again.
I don't know how much I can trust your word, but we are a team, and we need to work together to get through things. Well, forgive you a little bit for now. I won't forget.
If you see me, and I look like I might lose my cool, which I hope I never do again. It's a very long story, but I've been working on that for a very long time.
I'll do my best to stop you.
Just remind me that that's not who I am. And I'll bow. I'll also hold out my hand and cast Great Grapes.
That's not the name of the spell!
Oh no, it is now, bro.
Oh my god. I'll cast Wonderful Watermelon.
They're not grapes.
Okay, they're what are they?
They are small bear. It is a handful of 10 very small berries.
You can take one, and it'll provide enough nourishment for the entire day.
I still kind of look at him confused.
This is all I can do. It's my only gift I can give right now.
Thanks, Taxi. And I grab one and eat it. Wow, it tastes great.
It doesn't.
That's
It doesn't.
No, I'm kidding. It tastes fine. It tastes like a simple berry you'd find out in the woods. It's sweet, kind of a little bit bitter.
Thank you, Phil. I'll do my best. And I'll walk back in and start giving people great grapes.
As he's walking in, I'm up next to Br'aad, and I go to like kick him awake. Br'aad,
No.
Br'aad, get up.
No, I don't want to. And I put my pillow over my head.
Mountain, what's wrong with Br'aad?
I don't know. I go and I grab the sheets and I rip them off them.
Please, no.
Br'aad, I have great grapes. I did it,
am
Br'aad.
defeated.
Br'aad, do you want a grape?
Why is it so bright in here? Oh.
It's
I mean,
not.
It's not at all. Are you okay?
Are you...
I have 9 grapes left. Does anyone want one?
What the fuck is happening? Why do you have so many grapes?
I'll take a
Bramble
grape,
Shape
I guess.
walks up to it and looks at it. This isn't great.
Do you want one?
Sure.
Cool.
He grabs one.
Mountain, do you want one?
Well, you see, I was always told, and I say in giant, never take food from strange cats.
What did you just say?
Don't worry about it. I'll pass on your grapes.
Wait, no, I promise this is really good. You're gonna want one.
What does it do? Where did it come from?
It'll help you. It'll make you.
yelling?
Is it just a grape? Like a normal
You'll be
grape?
full for the rest of the day.
Oh, keep it down.
Yeah, that sounds like some magic bullshit.
It
I'm
is
not really-
magic. They're great grapes.
Yeah, keep your magic over there.
But-
Let's try and get Br'aad up. He seems to be, a little dead.
I'll kneel down next to Br'aad. Br'aad, I have grapes. It'll make you feel better.
I just opened my mouth.
All right, I dumped 2 grapes into his mouth.
2?
Yeah, 2.
All right.
How do they taste?
Like a normal berry. They don't taste like grapes at all. They taste like a normal berry.
These aren't these. Why did you lie?
I always thought they were grapes. I don't. They look like.
They're delicious grapes.
Other than having nourishment for the rest of the day, it doesn't really affect Br'aad's condition at all.
Well, I'll walk over to Hilltree and kind of nudge him awake. Do you want one?
What?
Do you want?
What's going?
Do you want one of these?
What the fuck is it?
They're grapes, I think.
What,
Nobody says they're grapes, but I thought they were.
what's a grape?
They're like really, really tasty fruits. Just try one. And hold out my hand.
All right. And he puts it in his mouth.
Do you like it?
All right.
Ooh.
It tastes all right.
Is Ugarth awake?
You look around. Ugarth is in the back area of it. He seems to be in sort of like a meditating pose. His hands kind of clapped together, 1 foot up, balanced, kind of just eyes closed, focusing.
Do I recognize him meditating?
Yeah, he's just in a sort of meditative pose. Yeah.
I'll go sit next to him, but I won't say anything. I'll get into a meditative pose. I'll hold my hand in front of Ugarth, but I won't say a word.
What do you want?
Would you like a good grape? A great grape?
I hate this. I hate
just
this
imagine,
so much.
I just imagine him getting like real close to his ear, like. Would you like a grape?
Seriously, like.
Would you like a great grape?
Not particularly.
Are you meditating?
That I am. Ease the mind in the morning. Prepare for the day.
Do you, do you fight with your fists?
Do you see a weapon on me, Cat?
I look for a weapon.
No.
No. I see a giant keg.
Yes.
I meditate sometimes. These grapes kind of help me.
Congratulations.
Well-
His eyes open, and he goes back into a normal stance.
All right. Is there anything like heavy around, like really, really heavy, like a big rock?
Not a big rock, no. The heaviest thing that's gonna be in here is the cooking pot. And it's not even that heavy, it's just cast iron.
Does it have anything in it?
A little bit of water probably left, a little bit of like leftover broth from the stew, but that's about it.
I call over to Velrissa. Is Velrissa around?
No, she's
Okay,
outside.
no. I call over to Bramble. Bramble, come here real quick.
Yeah.
Will you spot me? And I go
Uh,
over to grab the thing, and I just start like bench pressing it.
So bench pressing a cauldron.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you do it no problem. It's not that heavy.
I just pictured like a regular cooking pot, which made it so much funnier to me.
I mean, yeah, it's basically just like a simple cooking pot. It's just like a simple cast iron pot that's hanging over a fire. It's not that
So
heavy or that
strong.
large.
Well, I'm just trying to find something.
Bramble
heavy.
just sits there like, That's all he does. He just sits there.
Well, after I put the grapes in my mouth and eat them, we should get going. Br'aad, let's go save your brother. I'll bring him back.
Speaking of your brother, where's the body?
What?
What? Okay, wait. Now I sit up.
Well, I mean, you're the one who had it. What'd you do with it?
Oh. I never said, did I?
Make a intelligence check with disadvantage because you are exhausted one.
That's a natural one then.
You do not fucking remember what you did with it.
Okay, I just frantically glance around.
There seems to be no dead bodies anywhere in sight.
Oh my fucking god! If
Whoa,
you guys
whoa,
lost
whoa,
the
whoa,
goddamn
whoa,
body.
Whoa, okay, wait. I stand up. Where? Whoa. Where did I put Silnan? Where is Silnan at?
I throw the cauldron and I
At?
stand up. Just like towards nothing.
Hey, I have a passive perception of 21 now. Do I see him anywhere?
With passive perception, not in the room it's visible to you, no.
Oh my fucking god.
Do I notice him out in the hall?
Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting there pondering, you don't really look. I mean, with your passive perception, you don't notice anything dead around you, no.
Okay.
Can I make a memory check?
It'd be an intelligence check.
May I?
Go for it.
I'm just checking under like everything, like even things that don't make sense, like small rocks.
I got 1 second. What's my intelligence? 18 plus fucking 1. Does that?
I got the exact same thing.
Put it?
So you can do his.
The last thing you remember is before you went to bed last night. You remember Br'aad slow dancing with Silnan's body, extremely intoxicated.
That's horrible.
Oh my god! And I didn't see him anywhere.
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20.
You find him under the table where the keg is sitting.
All right.
wrapped up. Basically, he's in a position where it's like he's sleeping, and the cloak is like a blanket over him. He's all tucked
Oh.
away.
Br'aad, he's under the table.
Sylvan! I just fall over.
Well, I mean, he's still dead. I don't know why you're celebrating.
Oh.
Right, we should get a move on. If it's 3 days travel, we should start. I think Mountain could carry him easiest. Or whoever. Br'aad maybe, I can't.
Mountain, is that okay with you?
I mean, it's a little gross, but I've done worse.
Okay, can
It's
you
for Silnan.
just be gentle with him, though?
And I'm like, all right, I'll be gentle. And I grab him and I just like throw him over my shoulder.
No!
All right, let's go.
I want to make my fucking cloak of appearance say, like, this side up and fragile and things like that.
If he's like way bigger than me, if he's over my shoulder, is he like dragging on the ground at all?
His boots will be dragging for sure.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah, I thought so.
Alright, let's get moving.
All right. Ugarth goes. All right. So you're all sure. You're prepared. This is going to be a long journey.
Yep, let's go.
Have you done your stretches? Are you ready? This is going to be lots of walking.
Before we go, I just need to pick up a couple things. Is that okay?
Yeah. We'll go ahead. Let everybody who's ready follow me. Let's step outside. Let's get our marching order ready. Let's figure out how we're going to do this.
Br'aad, do you want me to come with you? Or do you,
Yeah,
did you
that'd
go-
be great. Actually, I'm gonna need an hour. Is that cool?
An hour. Yeah,
60
what exactly are you
minutes.
doing, Br'aad?
A magic spell.
I figured as much. Are you killing anybody else?
Hopefully not.
All
What?
right.
It's good enough.
What
for me.
takes an hour?
My magic spell.
I mean, what are you doing?
I've been speaking with my guy, my Obnox Shy. You know what? I'll show you. I'll show you later when I do it. Okay, and I go with Mountain to the pit.
Okay, hold on. I say, can one of you watch over Silnan?
I got him here. Had him here. Had him here.
All right, here you go. And I just like throw him into his arms.
Fragile, no.
All right, let's go.
Okay,
So this magic spell, what does it do?
I can I get a cool pet.
I
Like you know how
pets.
you wanted. I don't know if it can be a you wanted a dog, right? That one time.
I did want.
No,
a
you
dog.
cannot. Not the kind of dog that Mountain wanted.
I did want a dog, but that fat bastard was just.
We'll get you your dog one day.
Oh, I'm getting my dog. I know that. What kind
Oh,
of
you're getting your
pet?
dog.
What kind of pet would you make though?
Well, I could gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form that I choose. A bat, cat, crab, frog, toad. In
He's reading from the
parentheses,
book.
Hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, quipper.
My eyes are just
specifically,
wide as
rat,
he's listing all
raven,
these things. My eyes are
Those are
just
just
like
examples.
really
You can
wide.
do more than just that. Those are just examples.
seahorse, spider, or weasel. Did you get all that?
You know what?
Appearing in the unoccupied space within range.
I'm just gonna take your word for it. All right. What do you need? What do you need?
Just some charcoal, incense, and a couple herbs.
Herbs. What kind of herbs exactly?
Just herbs.
I mean, Taxi bought some herbs from a guy in there a little bit ago.
Oh, which guy is this?
I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but I just know he bought some special.
Well,
herbs.
let's see if we can't find the special herb man then.
All right, let's go.
Hmm.
You find the same familiar. I mean, the guy's stall was in the same exact area. The guy looks extremely tired. Like he hasn't slept in days. He's scrawny, sort of hunched over the stall. His long bony fingers just racking on the wood as he's waiting for someone to come up and buy something.
All right, Br'aad, it's that man right there.
Okay. Which man?
The right there, Br'aad.
Sorry, I've got a splitting headache. I don't know what happened.
Excuse me.
He kind of just eyes you up and down. Are you buying something?
Yes, my friend would like to buy some herbs, and I give him a wink.
Along with if you have any incense and
I got some
charcoal.
incense.
Okay.
Charcoal, no.
Okay, great. I would like your finest incense and greatest herbs.
And I wink at him again.
What kind?
The herb kind.
How much?
To burn so I can see animals.
What you sold to the cat yesterday?
That's 4 gold if you want that.
And how much is the incense?
And since it's a copper.
Give me lots more herbs. I just put 10 gold down.
Or whatever you say, and he gives you enough to pack 2 pipes, and then
Sure.
a bundle of incense.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I put that into my pink sparkly pouch.
Is that everything you need?
Yeah, I think that's it. So, what is charcoal?
I'll explain in a second. And
Okay.
we walk
If you're looking
back.
for, he literally he points behind you guys to the large open fire pit. He goes, I mean, there's probably someone on the bottom of that.
Oh, shit. All right. And I walk over there and I go to inspect it for charcoal.
On the below the pit, there is so much charcoal. There is just ash and charcoal everywhere.
Well, this is charcoal. Take what you need.
So this is charcoal. All right, I grab some and put it into the pouch.
If it's
also, I
hot,
guess.
it burns your hand a little bit, but
Youch!
you grab it, and you put it in. It's not like still fire hot because it's on the bottom, but
All right. Got everything?
Yeah, no, that's everything I need.
All right. Let's go. You can conjure your thing.
everybody at this point outside has gathered up. You guys have donned your gear, packed everything up into your knapsacks, your backpacks, and whatnot. Put them on, and gotten ready as Mountain and Br'aad come back.
All right. Got everything we need?
Yep, I just gotta do my thing here, and I start working on the spell. I don't know what
Okay,
that
so
looks
how-
like.
Where you doing it?
Just like I mean, we were in that big open area, right?
Mhm,
Probably right
yeah.
there.
All right, and what?
Huh?
What are you doing the spell in?
The ground?
You might want to read into your spell a little bit more before you.
Oh, it has to. Oh, I thought that said or a brass brazier.
No, it has to be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
Can I use the pot of stew?
You could certainly try.
I go over to it and inspect if it is brass.
It is cast iron.
This is not brass.
All right. Well, Br'aad, show us your magic.
On it. Abracadabra.
What did that do?
Hang on. You gotta give it a second.
Been a couple seconds.
Just maybe a couple more seconds.
But we don't have time for this.
Okay. I cast Major Image and make a large lion.
Okay.
I have successfully casted my Find Familiar spell.
Holy shit.
I thought you said it was going to take an hour.
Incredible. Well, I guess I underestimated how good of a magician I am.
That's a big cat.
It's large. It expands. It is now 20 feet tall.
Can that fit?
Ugarth just walks through it to the party and goes, all right, y'all ready or not?
Gaze upon its fuck.
I'm
Yeah,
ready. Let's
okay.
get going.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
I dispel it and I'm like, yeah, I forgot. I need a brass brazier. If anyone sees one of those, let me know.
I don't even know what that is.
A lot of you spellcasty type keep those around, so if we find someone, we can ask them.
Sounds good. Sorry for wasting your time, Mountain. Good news is we have a lot of weed.
Do you even know it's weed?
We have a lot of lettuce.
All right, gamers, let's get this lettuce. All right, is everyone prepared?
Yes. Let's just go already.
All right. you guys begin traveling, following Ugarth. Takes you probably, decent amount of time before Ugarth lets you guys know you have now technically exited the wharf. And you're on the road to Viecta.
Guys, this is the first time Silnan, even as a body, has ever left the wharf. Can we just all sort of give him a little cheer? Because he's coming back.
I ignore Br'aad.
Oh.
Br'aad, maybe we should.
He's dead.
Maybe we should celebrate when he's back alive.
That's true. We'll let him know. Okay.
We'll let him know.
You guys venture forth. As you guys exit out, crossing through the technical territory of the wharf and moving towards Viecta. Brambleshank nowhere in sight, but following along the path of Ugarth. And as our heroes head out of the wharf and into brand new territory, unknown to what terrors may lie ahead. So Silnan, are you prepared? That's nice. My question. I haven't got an answer. I just got a lot of mouth noises.
Yes.
Sorry. I got a lot of phlegm in there.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, that's maybe 5% of that out. 1 sec.
You come to. You look around, and it's dark. You're still in that same field, the one you woke up in first. But there seems to be this looming darkness ahead. Everything feels different as you slowly climb to your feet. You feel a little warbly as you kind of keep your balance and look around. You look around for Catherine. And then you see her in the distance, on the other side of the fountain, facing the other direction.
I would like to approach Catherine.
You slowly approach Catherine, looking around once again at your surroundings, seeing the small differences, the trees. The top of them seem to slowly bend. The grass is dead. As you pass by the fountain, you move over to Catherine, and she turns around to look towards you. She's crying.
What's happened here? Kind of looking around, kind of confused, scared. Are you okay?
As her hand reaches out and her mouth opens to say something, a figure appears behind her and grabs her by the front of her neck and lifts her head up. You see the same familiar straight razor pointing at her neck. You recognize the figure from behind as Lupin.
Lupin! Let her go! He walks up and tries to, do anything to this huge
As
barber
you go to
boy.
step forward, you feel restrained, almost like all your limbs are being pulled back by chains. You try to fight against it and move towards her. You don't want to lose her again. And as this happens, you see the straight razor slowly slide across the neck. Blood starts to become visible and start draining down onto the white gown. She lets out a very gurgled sound, and then her body falls to the ground. And reality around you seems to shatter like glass as this happens. And you fall into that same darkness, the purple ribbons once again in the distance, slowly moving around you. And as you're falling, you hear that voice in your head once more.
I'm still here.
Why won't you leave me alone?
You think you're safe? You think just because your life is gone, I am too? I may be weak, but I'm still here.
What do you want from me? I'm not gonna help you.
Oh, you wouldn't let me in. And now you must suffer.
And then you feel two hands firmly grasp your shoulders. And you feel panicked. You feel like you want to resist. You're scared. And as reality snaps back awake, you're once again sitting on the bench with Catherine. She's shaking you and her eyes are full of alarm. Silnan, are you alright?
Oh.
What?
Just a bad dream, I guess.
A dream?
I don't know, maybe.
You wouldn't have those here, Silnan. What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, when I was of the living, I don't know how to explain this. Something possessed my hand, I guess. and it's been torturing me.
Yes, I feel it. There's a darkness inside of you, Silnan. Something unnatural is plaguing your mind.
How do I get rid of it?
I might have some ways. Here, come here.
And she grabs you by the hand very softly and lifts you out of the bench. As this happens, the bench and seems to be the area around you slides away almost like puzzle pieces. And the area around you now is just this very, very effervescent white. Like just a large empty room that's nothing but white space.
Okay, lay down.
Someone lays down.
As you lay down, you almost feel like as you move backwards to lay down, your body seems to suspend in the midair as you just let your legs off the ground and lay onto your back.
This entity that's plaguing you. It's probably latched onto you somewhere inside. We must find what it's gnawing on. These dark entities, they're fueled entirely on hatred, negativity. It's found something inside of you, something you hate, something that fuels your anger, and it's using that.
Something that fuels my anger.
Do you know what fuels your anger, Silnan?
Well, my father, for one, Brendan. Feel like that would be a good place to start, but,
Okay. Here's what we can do. Sit down. This is gonna take a lot of energy, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm still kinda new to this whole thing. We're going to explore your memories. And if we can find what it's feeding on, we should be able to notice that. Alright?
Alright.
Alright, close your eyes.
Someone closes his eyes and takes a deep breath in.
You feel her hand slowly just caress the front of your face. And your memory immediately awakens. You start seeing these visual images of different parts of your life. Very vivid. Almost feeling like you're still there in those moments as you pass through them very quickly. Almost like a VCR tape just fast forwarding. You just move through these different scenes one by one. Now, you stop at one moment. You see what you assume to be your father. At this point, you're almost in a third person. You're standing there with Catherine, and you can see in the distance, you see a smaller version of yourself, a younger Silnan, no more than the age of 3, standing there in this hallway. And you see, just directly in front of him, everything on the hallway seems to not exist. Like, just this room is placed into the white void around you. But you see the hallway that moves on into the whiteness, but then on the right side, there's a single door that's open. And you see your father being dragged out by 2 very large armed men. One of them has a sword in one hand, and the other arm is forcefully wrapped around the right shoulder of your father. The other man's grabbing him with both arms and pulling him out of the room. He seems to be struggling, like he wants to go back inside.
What's going on here? Is that me?
That's you. Go. Relive yourself.
Silnan.
Touch yourself.
Oh
Where did that come from? Who's that? Where?
Silnan is going to approach the door in which his father got dragged out of.
Okay. As you step forward to move towards this sort of this makeshift memory, your body immediately zooms forward almost like a fast slithering snake, and you immediately feel yourself being forced inside the smaller version of you. As soon as you're yeah. it does not feel good. You feel dizzy, you feel a headache come through as you just immediately are just zoomed almost in this slithering, quick, unsmooth pattern. She's very new to this. You move into it. You feel your eyes just almost like your eyes enter where these eyes of this figure should be. And as they do, the room is no longer devoid of color. All the color immediately comes through. And as your eyes blink open and you look around, the memory seems to fit itself together. Behind you, there's no whiteness. The rest of the hallway continues. There's more doors than there was before.
but then you turn around to look again, and you are now in your 3-year-old self. You're much shorter, much younger, but you still retain your current memories. You see your father being pulled out, and he's screaming. He's like, "No! Let me see her, please!" And the men are just forcing her out. And at this point, you see from inside there are more men stepping out of the doorway with weapons, forcing your father out.
I mean, 3-year-old Sylvan's obviously just confused. He's like, Papa? Kind of like, I want to see what's going on. He runs towards the door to see what's going on in there. I mean, I still want to see.
As you run, a guard goes to grab you, but you meander your way in between his legs, and you run inside. You see your mother on an operating table. You see a young baby, just freshly born, in a doctor's arms. At this point, you, in your own conscious memory, recognize this, of course, to be Br'aad, to be your brother. Please don't, no. Please. Your mother, the look on her face is immediate shock. She's still definitely fatigued and exhausted from the very, very recent birth, but you can still see the fear in her eyes. She's so confused. She's like, Doctor, what's happening? Where are they taking my husband? She's very freaked out at this point. And the doctor, with a very stoic expression, he turns over and he lays Br'aad onto a nearby table. And he turns back to your mother, and you hear his voice. The voice sounds very familiar, but you don't recognize him. He's wearing a surgical mask, and his hair is very short. Hidden behind a very dark pair of glasses as well are his eyes. But he moves over to your mother. He goes, Now, Mrs. Vengalore, lie still." And a syringe goes into her arm, and her entire body jolts forward, and then relaxes, and lies there still.
Fuck, dude. That's fucked
The
up.
memory around you once again shatters like glass, and you're standing next to Catherine once again, in a white void room.
She was killed.
It looks to be that way, yes. Those men look like gods.
Someone's just shocked. Is that Brendan getting dragged away?
That was your father, yes.
He's kind of like crying because he just saw his mom fucking get murdered.
Are you okay, Sonnen?
Yeah, I can.
We don't have to do this if you don't want to.
No, it's better to get this done now. I'd rather not have to deal with whatever that thing is.
Alright. We'll move somewhere else. We can't really find it this early. Let's move a bit more forward. And then she closes her eyes. Another room forms in front of you. This time, the small area you see the dark cobblestone footpath. You see the graves left and right. And you see a younger Sonnen kneeling there on a grave. You look to be probably about 9, maybe 10. You are just kneeling there at your mother's grave. You're crying very, very slightly. Few small tears. You seem to be more angry than anything else. But the picture itself is still and devoid of color.
Sonnen walks towards the grave. Very familiar sight to him, obviously.
As you do, your body is once again dragged forcefully and pushed into younger Sonnen, and you feel yourself jolt in place. Around you now, the collar is refilled, and you recognize that now it's also raining. In your hand, you're holding a very, very moist, wet, and slightly withering wild flower that you picked.
Sonnen puts down the flower on the grave and puts his hand up on the gravestone. It's been a long time since I've visited. I'm sorry, Mom. And he turns around to kind of take in what's happening around him, I guess.
As you turn around, you actually see kind of far away in the distance the very entrance of the cemetery up at the front gate. You see your younger brother. You see Br'aad running up to you, tears filled in his eyes. And he immediately pushes through the gate and starts running up to you.
Silnan, I don't understand why this keeps happening to me.
Silnan instantly wraps his arms around Br'aad as well. It's like, hey, are you alright? What happened?
What did I do to deserve this? I was...
You didn't do anything, Br'aad. Who was it?
It was Wendell again.
Wendell.
Called me a pixie. Knife ears. I think they looked okay, but the other boys don't.
Come with me. I'm gonna go talk to Wendell.
My ears look okay, right, Silnan?
Your ears look great, Br'aad. Oh man.
I just squeeze him a little tighter.
You're perfect the way you are, bud. I kind of hug him. But Silnan's angry.
I'm still crying like a bitch.
Alright, so as you hold Br'aad's hand and you step forward, time seems to cut. And you're standing in front of the orphanage now, still holding your brother's hand, and you see Wendell and a few of his friends all standing outside as well. They're up near the front terrace, so that way the rain isn't exactly hitting them. But they're all sitting there laughing and snickering with each other as you approach, still in the rain.
Wendell!
He turns towards you. He's a bit on the heavier set side, kind of a fat child, a little bit taller than the rest. His nose perks up a little bit, almost like a pig's. And his fat, chubby cheeks are also full of freckles. But he looks at you with a huge snicker as you approach.
What do you want this time, Haffy?
I put myself behind Silnan and sort of peek around him.
I'm not just gonna. I told you last time. I'm not just gonna let this happen, you pig. He kind of like gets into a fighting stance.
What did you just call me?
I called you a pig.
He steps forward with the rest of his friends. There are 4 of them standing behind him, also dirty, childlike humans.
Br'aad follows his lead and makes childish snorting noises.
Nice, good one, Br'aad.
Dude, he's a fucking kid. He thinks it's brilliant.
It is
They run at you in the rain. I guess roll initiative.
Yeah, let's fight these fuckers. That is.
I got a 7.
7, and you got a 15, you said?
Yeah, 15.
Okay. Okay, so up first is actually going to be... what the fuck did I name him again? Holy shit.
So I honestly forgot too.
Wendell?
Wendell, that's what it was. I don't know how I forgot that already. I was like, what the fuck? Hold on.
Dude, I remember because he fucking called me names and shit.
Fuck Wendell.
Yeah, fuck Wendell.
Fuck Wendell.
Alright, so up first is actually Wendell, and he runs up first, and he goes to just give you a huge shove, Silnan. Make a dexterity save. Just roll a d20.
That is a 2.
Yeah, he knocks you to the ground on your ass. And as he does this, at this moment, the rest of his gang start to get up that close as well, and they start to surround you guys, almost like a circle around. So one of the kids quickly goes up, and they immediately kick you directly in your side, right in the kidney, as you hit the ground. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
No, that's gonna do it. Yeah, it's gonna do it. I mean, I'm assuming it's just a 10 AC.
Yeah, it's your AC is going to be like 11, 10 or 11. I'm gonna say 11 for both of you. Your ACs are 11. A second one comes over as well, and he goes to try to hold your arms down. Make a dexterity save.
That is a 14.
14. You manage to squirm out of him grabbing your hands, but he's trying to just gets towards your face and starts trying to manhandle you while you're on the ground. At this point, Br'aad, you can go.
Okay. I'm gonna try and tackle the one that's on Silnan.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. Which also would just be rolling a d20.
I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I got a 13.
13? Yeah, as you go to try and knock him off, he doesn't budge at all. And one of the kids from behind you goes to grapple you. Make a dexterity save.
Alright.
Hey, we're getting beat up together. Let's go.
16.
16. As he goes to go into you, you push him away and try to stumble over towards Silnan. At this point, one of the other boys, the last one in the line, goes to shove you. Go ahead and I would say It's a 17 to hit, so I'm assuming that hits. And then make another dexterity save, so just roll another d20 against him.
14.
14. He shoves you to the ground right next to Silnan. Yeah, as you hit the ground, you look over at your brother, both of you laying there. You start to feel the heavy feet of the children hitting you from all sides. They're once again spitting, calling names. Elf, Pixie, Halfy. Very, very deep cutting terms. And at this point, you hear, like, in the very, very far distance, you hear some guards running up, yelling, "Hey! Break it up!" And then the memory shatters, and you come back to standing next to Catherine.
That place always did fucking suck.
It seems you got picked on a lot for your racial traits.
Yeah, no. Kids are cruel, to say the least. I don't think I mean, Wendell was a fucking asshole. If I saw him again, I'd probably kill him, but that's besides the point. I don't think that was it, Chief.
Alright, we'll try further. Now, Silnan, I want you to, from now on, try to explore these memories a bit more. Although these come from inside your mind, there might be bits and pieces that you forget. We can try to unlock those and help you move forward. Maybe you'll remember something or see something that gives you an idea for current times.
Alright. I'll do my best.
Alright.
And he lays back down and closes his eyes, yeah.
Yep. And the room reimagines in front of you. You see this time, you and Br'aad. See, where do we want to go from here? Let me think. Wait, hold on. Where's my...
Silnan, I hit puberty.
Okay, so memory moves forward. At this moment, you see your room in the orphanage. One thing you were very fortunate to get is you and Br'aad had a room to yourselves, and the later years of being at the orphanage. This isn't very much further ahead. At this point, you just recently turned 10. Br'aad, very soon after that, turning 7. You are sitting in the windowsill of your room, the window wide open, staring at the night sky ahead. Br'aad is still asleep in his bed. Looking at this still image of the memory, you can still see some of the bruises across Br'aad's face, some of the dirt on yours as well. The scruffs and the bullying never really seem to end at this point. And this memory is going to start when you finally made the decision that you wanted to run away.
I guess I'll move forward.
You zoom forward, and you appear into your body once more. As I said, you're sitting on the windowsill looking out at the night sky. Below, you can see part of the roof of the lower floor. You're on the 3rd floor of the orphanage. You can see the roof of the 2nd one as it goes a bit further along than the 3rd does, the 3rd being just rooms. You look down, you see the night sky, the darkness. You don't see a single soul down the streets. You see a single lonely black cat actually hop across one of the nearby rooftops, though. That's all you really see out the window, but you look back into your familiar room. The 2 very rickety bed frames, the cheap mattresses. You still see, once again, Br'aad is still fast asleep in his bed. You look around the room, the very small amount of toys you were given. Very, very few amount compared to to all the other boys in the orphanage. You were always given hand-me-downs that nobody else wanted. You look over towards Br'aad and you think about the fact you're ready to escape. This is the moment you remember in your head. This is the moment when you decided it was time to leave.
Okay, well, someone's gonna fucking exit the orphanage. I don't know if that has to be through the window or, like...
This late at night, you wouldn't be allowed out of your room.
Okay. So I would have to go through the window if I wanted to leave the room.
Unless you wanted to try to sneak.
How big of a drop is it from 3rd floor to 2nd floor to ground?
It's not a very large drop to the 2nd floor roof. You remember in your memory, because you have very fond memories of your original escape, that you and Br'aad tied your bed sheets together and tied them to the windowsill to actually scale down onto the 2nd floor roof.
You fall desynchronized.
Desynchronized.
Yeah, okay. It's sort of like a, I guess like a terrace, like those, those walls on porches or terraces that are like just single, almost like plastic grates typically. And nowadays, but just like it's just a wooden grate that goes down. You remember you used your bed sheets to get onto the second floor and then climb down this hold terrace on the side of the front porch.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have the same dexterity as I did, so I don't know if sneaking is a good option here either. Whatever, you know, let's just sneak out. Easy.
The window or the door?
Let's go to the door. Let's
Okay.
see how the people here treat me if I get caught.
You move over to the door and you go to open it and it's locked from the other side.
Well, fuck, I guess I'm going out the window. I want to wake Br'aad up. Damn.
So considerate.
I know, I mean, you look so peaceful there, even though you're really scratched and bruised up, man. You know, it's... if I were to just use my bed sheet, would that be enough to, like, get me to a height where it wouldn't hurt me to fall?
Looking down, you could possibly hop down, but you won't be able to get back up.
Right, I wouldn't be able to get back up. But that doesn't really fucking matter, because this is just a memory, goddammit.
Right.
So let's go.
As you take your bed sheet, you tie it to the windowsill, you throw it over, and make a survival roll. So just roll a d20.
That's a 15.
15? Okay, you tie it very tight onto the windowsill, drop it down, and you scale down it, and then hop off onto the second floor roof. It's kind of wet, a little slick, but you quickly grab a hold, and you have to hold on to the top because the way the roof is of course at a triangular angle. Like most of the roofs and the sort of architecture, this sort of time era, a lot of the roofs were either towers with spires or they were just triangular roofs. So it's a very huge slant, and you're just holding on to the top of it now as you land.
Okay, and then he just kind of climbs down the, what do you call it, from there to get to the ground?
It was a piece of the terrace, so it's the wall of it is just like a wooden, almost like a grate where it just has like one little holes to see through in it, and like sun comes through onto the porch.
Yeah, so he just climbs down that after that, and
So you slide down the rest of the roof, and then you grab a hold of that and climb down to the first floor. You land in a nearby bush, move out, and you look around the road. Make a perception check.
that is a 10.
10. You look around, you don't see a single soul in sight. It seems empty and quiet on these streets. You look back towards the porch, and some of the torches on the first floor are still lit, and you hear some chatter and murmurs going on the inside.
To hear what they're talking about, I guess I'd like to try to listen in.
Alright, so you move back up towards the front of the porch. Roll a d20 for stealth.
Oh, fuck, that's an 8.
Okay. You slowly move up the steps. You try your best to sneak, but you still kind of creak on some of the wooden boards. But you don't seem to notice anybody stop their conversation or take notice of it as you move up towards the front door of the orphanage. You listen in. The first voice you hear is a very reminiscent one of very bad memories. One of the old ladies that was a cook and actual midnight or like late night watch over of the kids. She would move down the room to make sure nobody was out or awake. She was one of the main cooks, and she was a Scrooge. Overweight old woman, graying hair, large nose, warts all over it. Missing teeth. She just was not a good sight to see. But you hear her voice, and she tells that she's talking to some of the adults also that worked at the orphanage. You hear her like sound like she's sitting down, maybe like teacups or something down as she's talking, and she's just like,
I don't know what we're going to do with those Vengalore brothers.
you hear a man's voice pipe up. You can do what we do with the rest of them. They're not people. Get rid of them. Why even have a heart for people like that?
Oh, I would. I'd gladly take care of them if it was up to me, but for some reason the king wants to see them alive.
The king? The king wants to see them. Why?
I wasn't told. But they gave our orphanage a very gracious sum of money. And they said, keep those boys alive. They'll be needed for later. So I didn't ask questions and I took the money.
Oh, that is quite peculiar. Don't see why the king would want to keep around a couple of mutts.
Oh, I don't see it either, but what we'll do with them.
And then she sits down as well. You hear the sound of the chair creaking from her weight. And then they go back to typical murmuring conversation and hearty laughter while drinking.
I'd like to look around and like see if there's anything else that seems important. You know, anything that would point me in the right direction here.
Perception check.
1 second. That is a 12.
12, you look away from the door. You put your ear off of the front door and you look around. In the darkness, you see no people. You see, in the very distance, you see a horse wagon be pulled away down several streets. For a split second, you can see it move past an alley. Your guys look around once more. You don't hear any sounds nearby. But then you spot something. In a nearby alley, you see a very short figure standing there. Its presence seems to be focused on you.
I mean, Mama didn't raise no bitch. I approach it.
You move towards the figure, and it steps out of the alley. You see dark black cloak covering the face. You move towards the figure. As it steps forward, you see the cloak. The arms themselves bare. You can see gray skin on a very muscular, stout body. And the voice speaks to you.
What are you doing out this late, lad?
Just taking in the sights, I guess.
I know
what
bullshit
about...
when I see it. Come down. He kneels down. You can see the face at this point, this close up. And you, in your own memory, recognize this as Olgard.
Olgard?
A younger Olgard.
Olgard?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
His hand comes onto your shoulder, very firm grasp, and he goes, "You're running away, aren't you? I see that fire in your eyes."
I guess you caught me. That place is kind of a shithole, so...
Oh, he puts his finger up to his lips and goes, "I won't tell a soul." And his eyes look up and he goes, "I know this kind of place. They don't like it for your ears, do they?"
They pick on me and my brother all the time for it.
I get picked on too. Don't worry. One day when you're an old man like me, you'll realize that there's a lot more to this world than what these humans think. And when you find your place, when you find your life, you'll look back on this place and you'll smile. And he pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Take off, lad. Do what you're set out to do, but don't let them hold you back." And he stands up and turns around and starts walking back into the alley.
Shit, I mean, damn, I want to get out of here now. I'm gonna go... I can't really get back up now, but I'm gonna try to sneak past those fuckers in the lobby. Get Br'aad and get out.
Alright, roll a d20.
That is a 19, fuck yeah.
So you move back up the staircase, you open the door very lightly, and you move in. At this point, you can actually see down the corner of the hallway. You see this table with the chairs. You see the old woman, the caretaker. Her name was Bertrice. And you see a couple of men sitting with her. Most of them seem strapping, young. Judging by the weapons on the table still in their sheaths, there might even be guards that she's speaking to. But you sneak past, and you move into the kitchen. You look around looking, because you know if you move around the side of the kitchen to the other door, you can get to the staircase and hopefully not get caught. But as you move around, you hear shuffling immediately from behind you as you walk through the kitchen. And a woman's voice pipes up from behind you, soft and kind. You hear, "Oh, Silnan, what are you doing out so late?" As you turn to look, you see another one of the caretakers. This one also a little familiar to you, but you don't quite remember personally. She's younger, black hair, Very kind smile. Dirty. She looks like she probably hasn't bathed in a couple of days. The apron she's wearing above her common clothes as well is dirty, covered in like flour and some bit of dirt. She kneels down. She goes, "It's way past your bedtime. If Patrice catches you, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble."
Yeah, I was just hungry. Yeah.
Here, and she reaches into one of the pockets of her apron and she gives you a small bag of like little mini cookies.
Oh, nice.
They're just sugar baked, very small flour cookies, about the size of maybe like a quarter, but there's probably about 10 or 12 in there. She goes, "Here, take these. You and your brother can eat these, but you need to go to sleep. Here, hurry." And she turns around and she pats you on the back as you move over towards the staircase.
I look back and like, yeah, get up there. I go.
As you start moving up the staircase, you in your own mind start to remember things about this woman. You don't remember her name or who she was, but she was one of the only caretakers that was actually kind to you and your brother, regardless of what you looked like.
What a nice lady. Shame I forgot her name.
You moved up the stairs, you turn the corner and get back to your room. You unlock it from the side, open it up, and shut it behind you. At this point, Br'aad is awake. You see him sitting up in bed. He is awakened by the sound of the door creaking open, rubbing his eyes, very confused.
Br'aad, today's the day. We're gonna get out of here.
What are you doing up so? Oh,
Yeah, we're leaving this place.
right now. Oh, are those cookies?
Yeah. Here, I take a cookie out and I give it. There you go.
Can I have? Oh, thank you.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna live better lives.
I put my hand up to some of the scratches on my face. And I say, "Yeah, that sounds good."
We won't have to worry about, I forget his name, Pig Boy anymore.
I let out a sad, winded.
Anyway, yeah, let's get out of here. And I grab his blanket at this point, and I tie it to the other one so he can get down easier.
Hey! Oh.
Get your stuff together. Whatever you want to bring, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Br'aad is very excited about this. He grabs his favorite toy.
Which is what?
It's like a little one of those dress up dolls for kids, like a hand-me-down one. And he has a lot of different clothes for it, and he's fashioned out of like, I guess, fucking wood. He's like extended and sharpened the ears on the doll so it looks like him.
That's adorable. Oh.
Okay, so you grab your little mini Br'aad, and with the window open on the tower part of the third floor, the sheets flown down as a makeshift rope. The Vangalore brothers climb down, cookies in mouths, a makeshift Br'aad in hand. You scale your way down the side of the building with smiles on your face. And the memory itself shatters once again. Small pieces of almost like glass-like reflective memories fall apart as you awaken once again next to Catherine. Your brother seems to make you very happy.
He's basically the only joy I have in my life at this point. I don't know where I'd be right now if it weren't for him.
There's always some sort of light to look for in this life. However, that negativity doesn't seem to be there either.
Doesn't seem so, no.
Let's move forward a bit more and see what we can find. Close your eyes. The room itself is recreated once more. And you're much older. It's been quite a few years. Quite some time. It's probably, I'd say about probably a year and a half prior to session 1 at this point. You've matured, you've aged, you've lived your lives on the streets, but you've toughed it out together. And this is the night when you look into it, you see Br'aad. Almost, he seems to be hunched over a little bit, holding his hand over his face, covering something. on his cheek. There's panic in his face. His eyes are widened. You can see even in this still image, it seems almost really this archaic force that's sort of pulsing through him. You've just gotten back, and you seem to be rushing towards Br'aad in some sort of panic. And then you are slithered forward and pushed into yourself once more, mid-step as you're rushing towards Br'aad.
Br'aad, what happened?
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I don't think I did that right.
You didn't do what right? Why is your hand on your face?
Fuck.
Br'aad, what's going on?
Okay, I might have made a mistake. And then I take my hand away from my face.
What do you do?
I let a friend tattoo. No,
This isn't the time for jokes.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just. Fuck. Well, I don't know if it worked, but I found this book and I tried it out. I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and like we haven't been getting anywhere.
What did you try in the book? What was the book?
So, you know,
Br'aad.
blah blah blah. Technical speak. Sell your soul. Well, I'm sure it wasn't. I don't know if it was meant to be taken literally or not, but I
Sell your soul, Br'aad.
Well,
Why would you do that?
I just feel like I could never help, and maybe I was just slowing you down, and so I thought maybe
you should act on your own. Why didn't you talk to me?
I didn't think you'd understand. I mean, it doesn't seem like you understand now.
I don't understand. Why
you
would
know
you?
What it's like? I don't just want to be a fucking pixie, Silnan.
Someone just looks at Br'aad, upset, disappointed. Br'aad, don't say that.
Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'll be okay. Maybe it's just temporary. Maybe it's nothing. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
You didn't have to do it.
At this point, you can notice visibly on Br'aad's body occasional these weird like sparks of almost like electricity, but like sort of this very magical energy. Different blue and pink sparks go up his forearms or down his shoulders or just across parts of his body, and he seems to jolt in reaction to it whenever it happens.
What's happening to you?
So I do think I did something wrong, though.
Oh gods. Br'aad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We can work this out. And I reach my hand out.
As you reach your hand out, a pulse of energy fires off from his palm. Make a dexterity save, Silnan. At this point, I'd say use like Silnan as if he was level 1.
11 plus 4, 15.
Yep. 15. You dodge out of the way as it slams into one of the nearby support beams on the floor and makes like a black, almost burn mark into it.
Okay, Br'aad stumbles and falls backwards in confusion.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. I don't was that did I do that? I'm sorry.
Silnan just hands in face. What is happening to my fucking brother? Why would you do this?
I don't think I'm responding anymore. I think I'm just sort of curled up on the ground trying not to hurt you again.
God damn it. He kind of like slams is he near a wall? I just slammed something. I slammed something with my fist.
You probably just like slam like the nearby support beam that you just kind of punch into it very angrily.
I'm sorry. This isn't the way, but I just want to be like you.
Listen, I don't want you to be like me. I wanted you to keep out of this life. Just hands rubbing his... I don't know what to do. Fuck.
We'll figure this out. No, we can make this better for both of us. We'll figure this out. We'll find a way.
Br'aad. I can't look at you right now, and he walks out.
As you storm out, you look back at Br'aad sitting there on the ground. hit one of his arms, like slowly, like, almost like reaching out, but he quickly grabs his wrist and realizing what would happen if he pulled out again. He puts his hand, tucks it back towards himself, and he looks down very sad. And you see a very dark purple energy start to loom over Br'aad at that moment. And then the memory shatters. Your memory does not come back to being with Catherine, but it seems to zoom forward wildly. You see lots of different pictures. You see Br'aad. You see Br'aad getting darker and darker. You see that maybe his skin's starting to turn a little bit purple. The veins starting to pulse out. He looks chaotic and evil. You see more visions of your father. You see him laughing maniacally. Once again, this purplish glow out of his skin. And your vision seems like you can't take control of your mind anymore, and it's just stumbling back and forth on its own. Just these evil thoughts of your brother and your father going through your mind over and over again. And then you shake back to sitting next to Catherine, and you're in a cold sweat. You can feel your breath cold deep inside your chest. It's hard to grasp onto that breath. It's hard to keep breathing, but you're trying. Your body feels like it's panicked. You're shivering.
Oh.
It's alright, hey. It seems like that dark energy comes from, not only, it seems like some of it's from your father, you're right. You have some sort of resentment for him not being in your life. But a lot of that darkness seems to be coming from you. Do you regret the things you said to Br'aad?
Of course I do.
The way you acted? You're hating yourself. You're feeling these negative thoughts towards yourself. You never apologized. You never said anything else after that night. You hate yourself for the things you did.
Do you think he hates me? For what I did?
Sonen, Br'aad loves you. That's very obvious.
I didn't mean to chase him away, I just worried.
Maybe you should talk to him about it. That might help these feelings. But for now, that hatred for yourself that you're feeling, this entity is gnawing on it, using it to try to control you.
What? I don't know how to...
She helps you up at this point. Her hand's going slowly over yours, cupping the bottom, and she helps you back onto your feet, and reality around you moves once again like puzzle pieces forward. The bench, the fountain, the plains of grass, the evergreen trees, the glowing sun, all comes back into place, fitting so perfectly together. And she sits you back down on the bench.
How do I stop this? What do I do?
You have to come to terms with yourself. You need to speak to your brother when you're back. And you need to find out what you can do to calm yourself. Rid yourself of these emotions. Let that negativity be lifted up by positivities and completely removed. And this should weaken that entity. Maybe even kill it outright, I'm not sure.
I sure hope so.
But until then, if you leave him in there, he's gonna try to get stronger and stronger. He's gonna turn you into the thing that you hate. That angry Sonen you just saw, you just became in that instance. You'll become that. He'll channel that and use that against you.
Okay. I've been meaning to apologize for a long time anyway. So many things have happened since he's come back.
Okay. First things first. Let's calm down. We're done now. We're good. You're good. All we can do now is just wait. I'll keep you here as long as I can.
Catherine,
Yes?
there's some things that have been confusing me about, well, I guess everything.
Let me know and I'll try my best to answer.
Are you really Catherine? I mean, it seems too good to be true, I guess. I mean,
I was Catherine. That's the best way I'd say to put it.
Then, what are you now?
I wish I knew. I remember that night. The evil entity came at me and he killed me. I remember it's all coming back to me. I went out late that night to try to calm my nerves. I saw one of those fish people. Saw them out by the docks. They were dragging something into the sewers. I tried telling people, but they called me crazy. And then the next night, I tried to go out to get a better look. And that man, what you call the barber, he silenced me. I don't remember much after the time I lost my life. But I felt warm. I felt like I've been unlocked. I can see things I could never see before. I can see different realities. And her eyes start moving around very rapidly, it seems. She seems very confused as she's trying to describe it to the best of her ability. I can see everything all at once, and every point of time as well. It's like the world has been unraveled to me, like it's all a book, but every page is the same. It's all one page.
I'm sorry. I should have been there. I maybe you wouldn't be dead if I was there. I mean,
Zelnin, I think I'm a god.
God, that's a lot to process.
God, comma, that's a lot to process.
Catherine, that's a lot
I don't
to
have
process.
any other explanation for it. I control this land we're in. This entire realm is entirely my imagination. The things that happen, you being here, I created. I've been watching you, and when I saw you lose your life, I thought my hardest to bring you here, and I somehow intercepted your travel to the afterlife. I was able to bring you here with me.
That's a lot to process, but
I don't know what I am, but keeping you here, it hurts kinda. It takes a lot of energy to stop a life from being taken.
thank you, Catherine, for, I guess, helping me, saving me, even. I don't necessarily think I deserve a second chance, but thank you.
There's no need for thanks. I'm doing what I can to make up for what we couldn't have. Zelnin, I loved you. And if I still had mortality, I would love you still. I feel like I do, but...
Catherine, I love you too. Even to this day. I don't know. Just... You disappeared. Suddenly and...
I know. And I regretted it. Being up here and looking down, seeing everything, seeing where it was going all this time. I knew I had to save you.
Someone hugs Catherine.
She
gives
hugs
him
back.
his- Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's one thing I have to ask of you.
What is it?
I need you to have faith in me. And she pulls back a little bit to look you in the face.
Have faith in you.
I've welcomed the fact that I'm a deity. I don't know how or why, but I am now. But the problem with that is a deity will lose its power and die out if it has no followers.
Of course, dude.
I want you to keep me in your mind to pray to me. I know this sounds bizarre, but I want you to be my follower. Not only just my lover, but someone who prays for me as well.
Of course, dear. Of course.
That would make me very happy. It would allow me to stay here and to watch over you and keep you safe.
It's not once since you've disappeared have you left my mind. Of course. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
That's exactly what I hoped for. And then she leans in for a kiss.
God,
And that right there is where we're gonna end the session.
on the fucking little pack.